All right, Speezers, we're talking about writing in inequalities. So that's the idea of translating a sentence into a mathematical statement that includes numbers, variables, and in this case, an inequality symbol. A number, y, added to 4 is greater than 9. Let's get to it. All right, we've got a number y added to 4. That is going to be our isolate key phrases step. That means we have found something that describes addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. In this case, it is saying added, so we are adding. Now, even though the order of addition does not matter, we want to translate the meaning or basically just the meaning of the sentence, not just be, well, nothing matters, just put it how it is. Okay? What that means in this instance is they are actually taking the number y and adding it to 4. What overall that means is I have to start with the 4 and then I have to add the y to it, like so. And as you can see after that quick blip, I corrected it to the right color coordination because when we wrote it as 4 plus y, we translated our key phrase for addition in this case. So let's move to the step 3, isolate the inequality statement. Here, we've isolated the statement is greater than, and the key word there is the word is. It's not always exactly the word is, but it is the form of is, like are can also be is, quote unquote, because it is a form of are. It's a plural. Or used when plurals are. Ask the language arts teacher for the exact rule. But is greater than tells us that the phrase is beginning and then greater than. So until we hit a next statement or number that tells us addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or again, a number or a variable, that's our entire statement. So that's what told us when to stop is when we hit our 9. So we write our greater than symbol, then we just bring down our 9 because 9 is 9. There's nothing to translate there. Next step is, or last step here, is to write it all together in one inequality. We indicate we have our final answer by boxing it in, which means we have followed all 5 steps of first isolating key phrases that mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and in the future it'll also be exponents and roots. Then we translated our key phrase, the 4 plus y. We then isolated the inequality statement, is greater than, translated that inequality statement to the greater than symbol, and then we wrote it all together by saying 4 plus y is greater than 9. Let's look at the next example because it has a key phrase and it has 2 pieces we need to be paying attention to. Just as before when it said y added to 4, when we see the phrase less than a number, that means we're actually taking the first part away from the second part. So we would not write this as 4 less than y, meaning 4 minus y, and we wouldn't write the less than symbol because our is over here to the right. This indicates that we are actually taking 4 away from y. Now, once we've translated to y minus 4, we hopefully remember the rule that tells us it actually matters this time. Before, it's not as important, but we want to practice it for those times where it is. Before, 4 plus y is the same thing as y plus 4. In mathematics, they mean the exact same thing. They're not similar, they're exactly the same. So, but the only reason we really want to practice that what's being added to what is for the subtraction instances where the order of subtraction does matter. See, if we write 4 minus y, we get a wrong answer, but if we do y minus 4, it's going to be correct. So the order here matters. On the left, we practiced that the order matters for the time that it would matter, subtraction. So now we've identified we've isolated the inequality statement. The inequality statement is no less than. I accidentally put it over to the 6. It should technically end here because the 6 is by itself just like the 9 was. And we need to look at this phrase because it has a magic word called no. And it has the phrase less than. We have a symbol for less than, and it's this guy right here. But no, in this case, means the opposite of. So what we need to do when we translate this is we need to turn it into a greater than sign. However, in this case, it's not just opposite of this. What it means is, since we can't be any lower than that, we can be that or greater. So I think of a carnival ride. There's two types of rides. One where you have a sign where a guy holds out his hand like this, or a gal, whoever it is, and they say you must be this tall to ride. That means you can't be any shorter than this, but you can be anything above it. That's what no less than means. Then you have another kind when you're younger that they're holding up their hand and they're like, you can't be more than this tall, which means you can be as tall as or under, but you can't be that tall you can't be taller than where their hand is. So that would have been no greater than. So the word or the phrase no less than means greater than or equal to. And the phrase no greater than actually means less than or equal to. Kind of weird. It'll throw you off for a while, but that's okay. Just work on memorizing and make sure you read the table on the note card every time you're going to do it. Look for those key phrases. And remember when it says no less than, it means greater than or equal to. And when it says no greater than, then it means less than or equal to. After we brought down our 6, we completed step number 5, y minus 4 is greater than or equal to 6. We boxed it in, which tells us we're done.